Welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Robyn.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing an Apple original movie, Wolfwalkers. A young apprentice hunter and her father journey to Ireland to help wipe out the last of a wolf pack. But everything changes when she befriends a free-spirited girl from a mysterious tribe rumored to transform into wolves by night. Tom Moore and Ross Stewart direct this and produce this. You may recognize their names or know of the other films that this company, the same kind of animating studio, have done. So you got Secret of Kells, you've got Sea of the Sea. It's a very similar art style. It's 2D. And it's handcrafted, so it isn't CG. I like CGI, but there's something magical about 2D.
Yeah. I mean, the animation style is absolutely beautiful. It's really delicate, and it kind of has a magical quality to it, I feel, anyway. It's almost like it's so delicate that it's precious. Like, you kind of... It almost feels like they've created it with a lot of love and a lot of care and a lot of detail, and it's beautiful.
You'll notice Sean Bean's name in this voice acting. He plays the father of this girl that befriends this other girl in the woods that's supposed to be the one that turns into a wolfwalker, basically. And whenever you've seen Sean Bean's name in the credits, my heart kind of sinks going, oh no, is he going to die?
He's going to die!
Because there's this meme about Sean Bean, because whenever he's in everything, not everything, but a lot of times he just dies. So, that's all I'm going to say about that.
You'll have to watch it to see what happens.
I really appreciated this film. I was so surprised by how invested I was, how tense this film was. I held my breath for a large majority of it because you're so invested with the characters. You're so invested into the plight, and you want them to be safe, and you want them to, get through this adventure that they're obviously going through. That a lot of the time you'll find yourself going... just doing that.
I know. I shouted, "No!" at one point, and my poor dog thought that I was shouting at him. I wasn't. I had to then apologise to him.
I will say that the pacing of the story is very well done.
Yeah.
It very quickly captures you into this world. So once you get used to, oh, this is 2D, the animation style takes you a few minutes. Not that I didn't love it from right away. It was just that I was like, oh, this is different, because we're so inundated with CGI now. It's very rare to get a 2D film. And the way this is stylized as well is different from the normal 2D. So it has a very specific structure. The way that you even get these, like, it's almost sharp in some of the designs, and yet it's circular as well. You were mentioning, you see some of the lines left over from the actual sketches.
Yeah.
It's purposely left there. Even when they do transitions, you can see going black to white, black and white, and you can see what it would have looked like before it got colorized. There's all this beautifully thought out storylines. And then you have the music that is also fantastic. It's set in Ireland. In the 16th century and
17th century.
17th?
1600s.
1600s, yes.
Yeah.
And now we know the true origin of Lord
Protector.
Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell. It's not really.
It's not really. This is not really historically accurate.
Wolfwalkers, yes. Or is it?
Or is it the true story of what really happened?
I was saying that during, actually at the end, it's one of those films that is so good that you sit through the whole credits. And you kind of just think about it, and you listen to the end credits music, and it's all very Irish, and it's all very folk, which is beautifully done. But you kind of sit and let it stew, and that's the sort of film that is good when you're just letting it kind of go through your mind. Like, okay, what did I just go through? Was this as good as I think it is? I thoroughly enjoyed every second. It's that kind of thought process. And then you start thinking about other wolf movies, and it's like, because I'm a reviewer, I would do like my top 5 films with wolves in them. White Fang would be up there. Ethan's favourites.
Wolf Children.
Yep. Wolf
that'll
Children.
Break your heart.
If you haven't seen that, you definitely need to watch that. And this is definitely going to be in that top 5. It's truly incredible. I actually think it's the best of their animation lineup. I love the Secret of Kells, and the sea one is also incredible, but it's just something that they've managed to capture. I think because we have varying demographics in our family. So we've got a young teen who loves specific anime and specific type of things. Is very specific in what he likes. And then, obviously we differ in our what we like.
Yeah.
But this captured our hearts, all of us. So it manages to put you in the zone, capture your heart, and appeal to everybody. And I think the story, though, is why it does that.
Yeah, the story is, well, it's one of those films where we kept looking at each other and going, oh, this could be really sad.
Yeah.
This is going to be such a sad film. Don't let it be a sad film, please.
I think because anytime you watch anime, if you're watching a decent anime, and we watch a lot of anime in our house, true anime is always sad. That's just the way it goes. For the most part, if you're going to go out there and start watching like weird cooking programs, then okay, fair enough. But mostly it's always like the death of a family member. It's like Disney, they're just killing off the presidents,
I don't
the
know.
parents. But in anime, you can normally tell how good it is by how much tragedy they go through. So we're the whole time we're going, who's going to survive? Everybody's going to die, because it's animation in 2D, and you're trying to guess, you're trying to will the thing that you think is going to happen not to happen.
Yeah.
Which is a very good storytelling mechanic, because if it keeps you guessing but still keeps you engaged enough not to push it too far.
Yeah. Because if it's too sad, I don't want to watch it.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's also a comment that our son made. It's also quite political, which is right because of the 17th century. We see the injustice. I think that's partly why we were so invested, because the injustice just of the hierarchy, the church, all of that. God wills it again comes into play. God wills it. Never once did I see this one character pray, and yet he's going,
oh no, he did.
God wills it. Did he? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He didn't wait for an answer, but he prayed.
All right. What's that? I want to get all the cars in the world. Yes, God wills it. It's that sort of prayer. So there is lots of injustice. There's no space for
injustice.
Yes, injustice.
That's a
injustice.
new word.
There's no space for anybody to really grow as a person. You are put into your position, and that's your lot in life. And I think it shows that quite well. The daughter has to become a scullery maid. The father, if he doesn't do something particularly well straight away, then he'll get demoted. It's totally, you're this for life. And that was quite hard to watch, because thankfully we're a little bit more progressive than that in certain places. I would say in England we've come a little bit from that. In certain other places not so much. I'm not going to say where. But what? Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm talking about other countries that haven't come that far.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes. I'm not going to say who they are.
No.
Yes, and so I think because of the time that it's set in, it shows that very well, which I think was an interesting way to go. It's a weird balance. They do realism and fantasy. I think the realism makes the story more grounded. So you feel the emotional beats when they need to happen. And then when the fantasy comes, you care that much more about the fantasy because you've had that grounded story.
Yeah. Agreed.
So what are you going to give this?
Oh, I'm going to give it an A+.
I'm going to give it an A+ as well.
Yeah.
I think it totally deserves it.
Suddenly I was distracted by the wolves.
What just happened there?
In that other film that we watched, where they're licking, where they lick him.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, guys, let us know. Have you heard of this? It comes out on the 11th on Apple TV. I'm aware a few others have already done reviews. I wanted to wait until it was really close to the release of it on Apple TV. So Apple TV have obviously bought the license for this and made it their original film. They didn't actually make it. It was an Irish film with a number of other collaborators.
Yeah,
do you remember any of who they were?
I don't know, Luxembourg something or other.
Yeah. And the talent involved, if you just watch the credits, they go on for quite a while, so you can see how many people were involved in the making of this.
Yeah.
It just gives you an idea. Once again, animated films are as hard to make as features.
Yeah.
Sometimes harder, I presume.
Yeah. But some of the artwork was so beautiful that actually when you mentioned getting a tattoo, I was like, you should actually look at some stills of that artwork, because that was beautiful.
Yeah, the Shore name has wolf heritage, so I've been wanting to get a wolf for a while. This makes me want to get a wolf even more.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this. Do chat to us in the comments below. What is your favorite wolf movie ever? Is it this one? I don't blame you if it isn't. All right.
Oh. Live long and Tuesday.
Exactly.